A recurring dream. Written by Whitney. Narrated by Kevin Urban. I'd like to tell you all about a dream I had just last night. My dreams always tend to be weird, strange, or funny, so I love to share them with my friends. It should be noted that this is a dream I've had before, just a small handful of times over my entire life. I've completely forgotten about them up to this point, though. Now each reoccurrence of the dream feels all too vivid. So far as I can recall, this dream always comes to me in the fall, and it starts with me waking up, causing me to second guess whether it's a dream at all. I step out of bed and start to walk out of my room, the cold wooden floor made even colder by the autumn air, which sends goosebumps a little further up my leg with each step. I walk slowly down the hall, in perfect tempo with the ticking of the clock in the living room, which grows louder as I approach. When I finally make it to the living room, I immediately freeze. Just outside the window is a man staring directly at me, with his face less than an inch away from the glass. His eyes are large and cream-colored, apart from his pupils. It's hard to tell what the rest of his face looks like, as the blinds on the window are only partly open, covering the majority of his face, though the area around his eyes is old and withered, giving him an older look, probably around age 60.
Unlock the door and go back to sleep.
He says in a deep, raspy voice, pointing at the front door just a few feet away from him, still not breaking his gaze from me. I decide to only follow the latter half of his instructions and sprint to my room as quietly as possible and try to get back to sleep. Every time, the dream ends there. Every time, I'm able to fall asleep in my dream and wake back up to reality. But not this time. In this particular incarnation of the nightmare, things took a different turn. Instead of waking up to daylight and in the real world, I wake up to darkness to find it's still nighttime. It couldn't be but a few minutes after the last dream. Once again, I'm forced to get out of bed and walk to the living room. It's as if I'm being drawn to it by a magnetic force. Once there, I find that the man is no longer at the window. I turn to look at the front door. There's a curtain covering the window on the door, but I can still see the silhouette of a man standing outside of it. Against my will, I walk up to the door once again, feeling drawn to it. I pull back the curtain, and I'm met with the same paralyzing stare from the last encounter. This man is definitely older. He doesn't look strange or disfigured in any particular way, except for his eyes. He's fairly tall, noticeably taller than me, and I'm 6'2", but other than that, he just looks like a normal old man, giving off a slightly sinister vibe.
Unlock the door. Go back to sleep.
He says once more in a clearly more frustrated tone. He's so close to the window on the door now that he fogs it up with each breath he takes, looking down at me with pursed lips. This time, fear completely takes over. I can hear my heart beating in my ears. My legs go weak and everything goes black. I wake up, for real this time, to something stroking my hair. I open my eyes, but there's nothing there. I assume that it was just my imagination, just a faint ghost of the nightmare fading away as I gain consciousness. As part of my morning routine, I go through the living room so that I can get to the kitchen and make breakfast. Though, once again, something catches my eye. It stops me in my tracks. The curtain over the door is pulled back, the front door is unlocked, and there's a note on the table. I guess you never truly outgrow sleepwalking.